Alrighty guys, I've talked about this a lot on the forums about how to remove the fuel rail and injectors without disconnecting this guy, which is a pain in the butt, and you'll probably lose the O-ring, and they're expensive. What I've done, I've already removed the two retaining bolts for the fuel rails. And now this is a minivan, this isn't a Grand Am, so it's going to be a little bit different. And you're going to have a retaining bolt, I believe on the Grand Am it's actually on the side of the cylinder head. For the minivans there's a little pedestal here. I don't remember off the top of my head if it's there or not on the Grand Ams. But either way, there's going to be a bolt somewhere here holding the fuel lines. Now on the Grand Am, the fuel lines go down. The minivan, there's some quick disconnects here, so if I really wanted to, I could make this a little bit easier. But essentially what I've done, I'm going to go ahead, disconnect the coolant temp sensor, and now this is a 2001, so the cam sensor plug is here, it's not into the harness, so I should be all good to go as far as everything being unplugged. Just got to remove this guy. Now if you see, this is loose, I can get it, everything is disconnected. Here's where the trick comes in to remove these guys. If you notice, I'm blocking my light and my camera. If you notice, there are little pedestals right here. With a screwdriver or a pry bar, you can pry up on them like so, and essentially you'll start pulling, if you can see that, the injectors out of their holes in the lower intake. There's a pedestal here as well. I recommend starting from the accessory belt side, front of the engine, and then moving your way towards where the fuel lines connect. It's kind of a process, but essentially pry up in a couple places. Make sure you don't pry up on anything plastic or you might break it. Lower intake manifolds can be found pretty cheap, so if you break something, don't fret, you're taking it off anyways. So I've pried up a little bit. I might be able to pull this out now. I'm recording this with my phone, so please bear with me. Trying to work on a car while holding a cell phone is not ideal. This one's still a little bit stuck in, so I'm going to give it a little bit more. I'm going to see if I can set my phone down here and kind of give you an angle. Good enough. So another pedestal here you can pry up on. Essentially use that as your leverage point with either your pry bar or your screwdriver to get these guys coming. Don't hit any wires. That side's pretty good and loose. Fuel injector popped out. I didn't relieve the fuel pressure. Probably should have done that, but I'm lazy. I just won't light a cigarette when I'm around these. One last guy. And one fuel injector did want to stay in the lower intake, so I can't pull this all the way out at the moment. But as you can see, for the most part now, the fuel rail is clear of the lower intake. Except the injector. I hate these injector clips. They're a pain in the butt. It almost feels like you have to disassemble the entire injector clip to get it. Don't pull by the wiring harness. The injector clips aren't the strongest thing in the world. Give it a little bit of a rotate out. Oh, well, looky there. Fuel rail is out of the lower intake. And I have gasoline all over my hands, and I am touching my phone case. But as you can see, nice and dirty. I am going to get a vacuum cleaner in there, soak up all the dead bugs. I got really lucky. Ooh, that one's bad. But super clean. No fuel injector O-rings are stuck in the lower intake manifold. The fuel rail is in one piece, complete with the fuel lines. Set it over to the side. Plenty of room to work. And I'm ready to pull. I gotta get my power steering pump, my alternator, which is a pain. Thermostat, drain some more coolant. We're good to go. See how easy that was? Didn't have to remove this little thing. Ooh, there it is. Which is a pain in the butt. The O-rings are expensive. I did that on my 96 Grand Am. It was a pain. Like I said, the fuel on the minivan, these are quick disconnects. I can remove it if I want to, but I don't have a quick disconnect tool. And I don't need to buy one because I just did this and we're good to go. I will have to pop and reseat this injector back into the fuel rail itself. But we're good to go, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't that easy.